What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Mr. Beast. Today, we're gonna be giving $10,000 to unknown Twitch streamers. Are you ready? Are you ready, Carl Jacobs?
I don't think
That was on the spot. I just want to mention that bit was on the spot. Like that, like I literally hit record and said, "This is what I'm saying."
I don't think all that was a joke, but I don't think.
No, I am Mr. Beast, though. I am. Yes.
He is Jimmy.
I am Jimmy.
Mr.
I am
Beast.
the Mr. Beast. It's true. That's not true. So, Majestic, how are you today?
I'm doing swell. What about yourself? Oh, a Dr. Pepper I see there.
It's not the
Nice
cream
vibe.
soda, and that makes me sad. Not
I mean,
Dr. Pepper. It's just normal Dr.
It's
Pepper.
just that's the better Dr. Pepper. That's
Hey,
the one you want.
You know,
That's the one you want.
you could shut up, and that would just be okay.
You know, have you ever considered you zipping it? Because quite frankly, I've had enough.
Thank you all for coming out to the podcast, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, the
This is-
Thursday 2 minutes.
Not even. Thursday, minute and a half. Thank you all for
We should do that. We should do like if
April Fools?
If April Fools falls on a Thursday, we're gonna do like Thursday. It's gonna count as our weekly podcast, but it'll be like
Just 30
30
seconds.
A 30-second. No, damn! But next year it's on a Saturday.
Oh, fuck. Damn. Well, I want to jump straight into something that I've got a little bit of a plan for.
A plan. Okay.
I am 0.5 of a person away from Twitch affiliate.
Really now?
Yes. I have all the requirements except for an average of 3 concurrent viewers. I have 2.5. How the fuck that's even possible? I don't know. Morty. So,
Morty, I'm so close to getting Twitch affiliate.
Morty, I'm close to Twitch affiliate. I'm Pickle Rick.
Okay, yes, so I'm really close to getting
So
affiliate.
close.
We're
I'm
gonna
so
pivot.
I'm so close to Twitch affiliate.
It
and
it is a little silly, the requirements that are required of you. to
It's not
be a
much.
Twitch affiliate. I know. I'm still not there yet, but
I know.
I haven't
You'll get
streamed
there.
in a while. Yeah, that means I have to stream.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while.
That means you actually have to hit the start streaming button.
I hit the start streaming button. That won't happen for I don't know when that'll happen next.
But I came up with
I
a little bit of a plan.
What's this plan?
So I said to myself, you know what?
You can bring back
Well,
the clam juice?
no, that's staying in that acrylic case. No, I
Put the
said,
new clam juice inside the old clam juice.
oh, God help us. No,
You're gonna drink Dr. Pepper out of the clam juice bottle.
be like a bartender and mix drinks, except I mix Dr. Pepper and clam juice.
I'm grossed out already.
No. Okay, so I had a couple of ideas going through my head. I did want to do a challenge stream, but I'm like, whatever. And then it hit me. A game that I really enjoyed that everyone hated. And I anticipated every episode coming out. Every single one. That's right. Minecraft Story Mode.
Oh, I always wanted to play.
I love the Minecraft Story Mode. The first game. Season 2 blew ass. I watched it on YouTube, didn't even play it. I'll have to get that at some point. But there was a slight hitch with playing the game.
And that it was.
Telltale Games hit the bankrupt button
Yes,
a couple years ago,
remember they did
and
the bankrupt button. That
they
was-
pulled their games off digital storefronts because they hit the bankrupt button and said we're fucked, and then
They hit the chapter.
pulled every
11 or
game,
13
every chapter
button.
off of the digital storefront. So I'm like, Is there no way I can play and relive my childhood and play Minecraft story mode? At this point, I'm appalled. I am appalled. But then,
absolutely distraught. He's absolutely distraught and appalled.
an oasis. There exists. The game exists. The complete game exists in a physical format.
Oh, and you found it on eBay for 1 liver.
Well, I went I went for
And a kidney.
I went for the Nintendo Switch version, which is unfortunately the most expensive one.
Of course.
And I spent $70
$70
for Minecraft story mode.
It's the complete edition, though.
It's the complete one, but to get season 2, it's gonna be another $70. I'll have to do that for my partnered celebration. I'll have to get season 2 for when I get partnered.
When you get partnered.
Because I really wanted to play it because I actually really liked the game.
Really?
I did, and a lot of people fucking hated it.
I heard it wasn't that bad. Is it multiplayer?
No.
Oh yeah, you'll be on the Switch. Never mind. I'm on the Switch.
It is on Switch. And there's no multiplayer mode.
Damn.
But I literally couldn't get it on Steam. I wanted to get it on Steam.
That would have been a really fun stream to do.
It would have been. You're right.
It would have been. It really would have been.
I wanted to get it on Steam. But literally, like, it doesn't exist on Steam anymore.
It doesn't exist. Has no.
It imploded on Steam.
It physically was dumped. It was like that one video game where they physically like sold so little copies. They gathered all of them, dug a hole, and pushed them all into the hole.
You are referring to E.T. the Extraterrestrial on the Atari 2600.
Yes, that's what it is. I didn't know the name of the game, but I knew the game existed that they did that.
Because it was actually... That's actually a really common game, if you can believe it.
Really?
Yeah, that game's like that is a $1 game.
It's still $1.
Not even 50 cents.
That means they produced so many of them expecting it to do good, and then it just bombed even worse than their lowest expectations.
It didn't cause the video game crash in 1983, but it certainly fucking helped. Because people,
there a bunch of
it was just Atari in general. The problem was, and here's a little rant from your boy Ash McClure here. The issue was that you have no idea what you just dug up. By the way, literally.
Okay with it. I kind of want to see where this goes.
So, the video game crash in 1983 happened because the main reason was when people bought Atari games. Like Atari 2600 games specifically, they went off the box art, like the game boxes, and the box art was so good. Like the box art for Atari games was so good.
Wait, was it click? Was it like click?
It was basically clickbait in the 80s. In 70s and 80s.
Basically those ads you see on like mobile games or like Instagram or something or even YouTube if you have to watch ads on YouTube.
No, please. Sorry, we're not poor.
Yeah. No, but like those ads that are nothing like the game itself, but they put the ads, and that's I'm assuming what they're doing in 1983.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. The box art was so good, and that was the only way you could like decide on what game you wanted at like Sears or whatever.
Yeah, because you couldn't go on the internet and
you couldn't be like you can be like, here, let me look up a review of Yar's Revenge. Like you couldn't do that. You walked into Sears or whatever, and you said, "I want that one, mommy," and then you took it home, and then it sucked.
Just hoped it was a good game. Yeah.
And most of them did suck because. The box art was fantastic. I mean, look up original 2600 box art, and it's like hand drawn, like gorgeous artwork. And then look up gameplay of the game that you were looking at, and it's like night and day. So they mass return the games,
Slot Racers. Okay, it's decent art.
Oh, I think I know that one. It's Slot Racers. Yikes.
Oh my god, the art.
Yeah. Every game was like that.
Oh boy, so the only way they could sell games was to like just bullshit it so much that you would go buy the game, look like this game's terrible, and take it right back.
So in '83, people mass returned the game, or just games in general, or it just and then Atari said, "Fuck, we're ruined." Video game crashed in 1983, and who other than Nintendo to save it all? Because Nintendo wanted to get into video games, right?
They were a card company, right?
They were a card company originally, actually from 1893 was when they were founded, but 73. Fuck, I don't care. Somewhere in the late 1800s, they were founded in Japan, and they experimented with a ton of different products, Toys is what they eventually settled on, and they wanted to get into video games. So when they made the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, that was
the original NES.
That was 85. It was hot off the heels of the video game crash of 83, right? I mean, it was like people wanted nothing to do with video games. So Nintendo did something extremely smart. They made Rob. I don't know if you're familiar with the Super Smash Brothers character, but he was originally an accessory for the NES.
Really?
And Rob actually stands for Robotic Operating Buddy. He was used for 2 games, Gyromite and Stack Up. They're shit games. Basically, the peripheral was useless, but he was made with one purpose: to market the NES as a toy instead of a video game. Because people wanted nothing to do with video games, so people saw the robot. People saw the robot and said, "Oh, it's a toy," and that saved Christmas.
And that saved video games.
And
that's how we have Nintendo with the Switch ripping us off $40 a month or a year so that you can play games online on the Nintendo Switch store, which sucks ass. How would I know? Because I don't have a Switch, and I just go off people's reviews. And quite frankly, that's why I'll never get a Switch, because Switches are horrible, and I really want a damn Switch, and I'm using this as a point so that I can feel justified. It's cope.
I really like NSO, honestly. I don't think NSO is as bad as people say. Now, NSO Expansion Pack has some issues.
I know, I was just coping. I thought.
Standard Nintendo Switch Online is only $20 a year.
Oh, it's only $20 a year?
Yeah.
I was being a real ass there. I was really going off.
Yeah, you were.
I was coping. I was coping hard. I was coping because
it's alright. I'll forgive you this time.
I'll just keep coping. I'll just cope.
But Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack has some issues it needs to wrinkle out. Like, the fact that it's $50 a year.
Yeah.
And all you get is 2 more emulators and some DLC. Although I will say they've made strides to make it better since it came out. Like when Nintendo 64 games first came out on the expansion pack, they ran like dog shit, and that was very ironic considering how much you were paying for it. Like,
yeah, I guess
Zelda Ocarina of Time ran and looked like ass.
Really?
Completely utter ass. Like, it looked worse than the original from 1997. Like, they couldn't get their own damn game emulation right.
So Ash, I have a question. This is completely off of our transition of topics that we planned.
Yeah, we went off. It's all right. That kills more time.
Well, we're even going off even further. I see behind you a red box with a smiley face on it and some golden arches. Is this a new thing? Is there some new stuff on your shelf?
There is. I added the Rockstar can because I'm always drinking that. McDonald's Happy Meal. That is just an empty box that I found in my apartment.
You found it in your
It
apartment?
was
You didn't even
behind.
go to
It
McDonald's
was
and
behind a
get the package?
radiator.
And you just like, oh, this is
I'm just like,
good.
that'll look nice on the shelf. What's more American than McDonald's? Am I right?
Yep. Is that everything?
No, there's two more because I recently got some Pokemon cards, so there's some more elite trainer boxes up there.
Oh, these the fancy dancy ones that cost an arm and a leg. And
$40
your
a
other
piece.
And your other kidney.
My plan was, here's the original plan. I bought a ton of Pokemon cards, and I was gonna open them up as that was gonna be my affiliate stream.
Oh.
My affiliate celebration stream. I was going to open a ton of Pokemon cards. Got a lot of Pokemon cards. And I found out that it wouldn't work.
Oh.
Because, well, my camera wouldn't focus when I was doing a test.
Ow.
And it was just complete and utter ass. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to open these now and I'll find something else to do for my affiliate stream.
You gotta figure that out. You gotta figure
I'd
out
like to do a
brand
Pokemon card
topic.
stream.
A big one.
You tune in, right? Because you know a lot about Pokemon.
Oh, I am the most knowledgeable person on the face of this earth about Pokemans. I know everything about all.
Absolutely.
all
What's
Pokemans.
What's Pokedex number 1?
It's the purple one who kind of looks like a bunch of Play-Doh.
How'd you know?
Shut up.
It's Bulbasaur, but like I'll give you a pass on that. He is green.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's some purple in there somewhere.
I knew that one.
I'll give you the Play-Doh part. The bulb on his back kind of looks like if you were like pull up a piece of Play-Doh. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm trying to help.
I was looking through some of the Pokemons, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them just look like they, at a certain point, said instead of making something creative, they're just like, I see a lamp. Let's make a lamp a Pokemon.
Lamp pen? It's literally just a fucking lamp. How about its evolution? Chandelure. Can you guess what that is?
No, maybe it's a chandelier.
Wow!
Wow.
You guessed it!
I'm a smart person. No, but like I don't know what they were doing over in the tent. Up focus time.
How do you feel about Ekans? Snake. The snake? Bye. Did you knock your audio out?
No, my audio's fine. I can
jeez.
fine. I'm still mine out of focus as hell, but
yeah, you're blurry Majestic, everyone. Well, welcome to the blurry Majestic episode.
Welcome to Blurry 45.
Welcome to the blurry 45, everyone. It'll go back to normal soon. No, but
it'll focus in sometime in the near future.
the snake Pokemon Ekans. How do you feel about that?
He's a snake?
Yeah. Do you want to know how they got the name?
It's a type of snake.
Snake spelled backwards.
Oh my god. Ekans.
That's one of the original ones too. That's original 151. And then you cannot forget its evolution Arbok. Cobra spelled backwards, but with a K.
I was close.
It's with a K. Yeah, it's just Cobra spelled backwards.
Is it also?
But they got creative because it's got a K.
There we go.
So.
We're in focus.
Hey, there he is. We did it.
Did it.
So yeah.
Yes, we're the greatest people ever because we got back into focus mode, because that's what we do. We are the most focused, committed people on the face of this planet.
Don't bullshit. Don't bullshit.
That's all we do is bullshit. The entire podcast is just an entire.
How do you feel about Rhydon? The Pokemon Rhydon.
Is that a horse?
Rhydon this dick.
Fell for an oldest trick in the book. I fell for the old trick in the book.
That is a real Pokemon, by the way. RHYDON. RHYDON.
You're not bullshitting me?
No, Rhydon. RHYDON. Evolution of Rhyhorn. It's just like a rhino kind of thing with a drill instead of a horn.
I don't see it.
That's okay. Well, you're probably spelling it wrong.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll send you a picture later. What?
I feel like you're now.
What? Because of no.
Because of the joke.
How did you spell it?
How do you spell it?
RHYDON.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Oh, he looks like a rhinoceros.
That is what I said after all.
I wasn't listening.
Really? Wow.
And I don't care what you say.
Thanks. Very passive aggressive tonight, Majestic. Very passive aggressive.
I quite frankly, I'm not vibing these jokes today. They're very.
What? Because I said right on this dick. You're not feeling that. Literally.
Said I fell for a really old trick of the book.
Yeah. What about How do you feel about Soul Rock?
I don't know.
Soul Cock. That's a pretty good clip on my channel. Go subscribe to my variety channel. Don't care about here. Go subscribe to Ash McClure.
Yeah. The hell with this Thursday. We're done after
Fuck
this.
this.
This is the final episode.
Please go follow these links.
Just go to twitch.tv/Ash McClure Live.
You forget my Twitch name? It's literally my name.
I know, but is it just Ash McClure? Or is it?
It's just Ash McClure.
Live?
It used to be Ash McClure Live, and then I claimed the rights to my own fucking name.
What?
Because when I went to make Ash McClure, it's like, oh, the username's already taken. And I'm like, it's my fucking name.
Oh. So you had add live?
So I added live, and then I went to change it, and it was available. And I said, yes. Score.
Or one for the good guys.
So yeah, how do you feel that there's like gonna be like 900 Pokemon or something? There might already be. I don't remember how many there are.
That's too many. I think we need to go back to the roots. I think we need to go back when there was like 20. There's never 20, was there?
It started out with 151. So.
Oh, we need to go back to 150.
Sorry, actually, that technically what it is. There was a glitch in the game, or like a rumored glitch that like there was 151st Pokemon, and then later they added it.
Oh.
So I guess the original count is 150.
We need to go back to 142.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Majestic Monarch. I could not agree more.
Okay, let's get off Pokemon because I have no clue what I'm talking about.
That's okay. I knew you were a degenerate.
Alright, you listen here, you retrograde. I tell you that these Pokebands, they rot your brain.
Oh my god.
Rot your brain.
That reminds me of the freaking the guy that did a church service just all about how Pokemon are satanic. That is...
Are you kidding me?
That is one of my favorite videos on the internet.
How? How do you come to this conclusion?
Because he looked at Mewtwo as an example, right?
He used one Pokemon
and
that was
Mewtwo has like these like balls as fingers, and they're like three balls as fingers, and he's like, now look here, and he pulled up a picture of Mewtwo on the projector. He's like, now looky here. This Pokemon is named Mewtwo, and it has 3 fingers. You know what that means? 3 fingers, the sign of the devil. Now, and then he just like went off and like said how like Pokemon is satanic. It's like a 30-minute church sermon.
I don't know. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to send that to you. That is a classic.
I want to see this.
It's classic.
This guy makes some real. I don't even need to watch it and know this guy makes some really, really bad like conclusions in his head that are just not.
Oh my god.
0 sense. Okay, but let's talk about something both of us can talk about, which I've been meaning to want to talk about at least a couple of the episodes of this show, because we're both big Star Wars fans, particularly me, because I bring it up every chance I can, consistently on every single podcast.
Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen.
Kenobi series. What's your opinion on it so far?
I think well, I only watched the first 3 episodes. I'm meaning to get to the other ones, but I thought it got worse as it went along.
I agree. I think the first episode was the best.
I think the first episode was pretty decent.
I will say the last episode's pretty good too.
Okay.
I like the way it fixes a lot of the issues I had so far going through the series. I know you're not there yet, but I when you get there, you'll be like, okay, it wasn't. It turns around. Like it goes from going, this is below average to this is mid. It's mid.
Yeah.
The series as a whole is just mid, unnecessary. Did I still want it? I think because the flashbacks to the Clone Order 66 are probably just worth the price of admission.
The intro though, the intro is actually sick.
It's worth the price of admission.
It shows how the kids got onto the bridge.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was good. Yeah, I think overall it's been very mid, but I think it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. It could be the sequels. We're not even gonna go there.
Here we go again.
Nope,
Let's go.
I will control myself.
He's learning.
I will control myself.
I have to be honest. The only redeeming factor of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah.
Because let's be honest, Ewan McGregor's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't care what he's in. Too. Like he's just good.
I also I'm a little biased. I like the Darth Vader. He's pretty.
I didn't. The end of the 3rd episode, and I don't want to spoil it, but like I thought it was pretty stupid.
It was.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know what I'm talking about, right? How like, you know.
Okay, if you're listening to this somehow this far in and you don't want to be spoiled, this is your chance to turn off.
This is your chance to mute us for a second.
Mute us for like
with the fire.
So. Oh yes.
That was so dumb. I didn't make it past that because the episode ended.
He just stands there. It's like, dude, you're a fucking robot. Walk through the fire, or like.
Well, I think the point of it was that
couldn't mentally do it, or
no, that like because he's the one that made the fire, and then he put Obi-Wan Kenobi in it, like imitating like what he did to him at the end of episode 3.
Yeah,
I think
I got that part.
Oh, you mean like when he was like when they were escaping with Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, all right, that was really dumb.
That was dumb. I think that was dumb. I know what he was doing. He wanted to cause the same amount of pain that was caused by him on Mustafar.
Yeah.
Whenever, but I think
that wasn't that much of a spoiler, to be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
That wasn't like that huge of a deal. It's not like, oh, this character dies. Like, no, it's
no. I mean, it couldn't have died. It would actually ruin the entirety of the canon of Star Wars and just make me just.
Obi-Wan Kenobi dies.
Obi-Wan Kenobi dies.
Oh.
It's like a clickbait thumb title. It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi dies in episode 2.
Did you see that Father's Day meme I made?
No.
In memes in the Discord, please go look at it. It's so funny.
Oh, I saw that. Yep.
I made that and I sent that to my dad because my dad hates episode 3.
Why?
I don't know. I liked episode 3. I think 1 and 2 blew, but I liked episode 3.
I think 1 and 2 were alright. They were better than a lot of other.
If you start saying you like Jar Jar, like we're gonna have a problem.
Jar Jar Binks was predominantly only in episode 1. He was not that much in episode 2.
Yeah, but the fact that he existed in episode 2 and actually spoke was the problem.
3. He spoke in episode 3.
He did not. Did he speak in episode 3?
He was somewhere in the Senate and he said something to.
Oh, that's right. That's stupid. Yeah, okay. That's the only bad part about episode 3. But he spoke more in episode 2, and also episode 2 just kind of stupid.
No, it's funny. Well, yeah, that they should have focused. They focused on the beginning of the Clone Wars. They should have focused. Episode 1 should have been like Episode 1 should have just been like they found Anakin, and then it jumps into like the beginning of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been. And episode 2 should have been like in the middle of the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
fighting someone. You have like a Grievous battle or something, and then episode 3 can basically stay the same. You don't need to touch it because it's the end of the Clone Wars. And then the television show would fill in the gaps between what happened at the end of episode 2 and Revenge of the Sith, and then it wouldn't have to be such a big gap, and you would get a lot more live action stuff of the droids and the clones fighting each other in episode 2. And you can also have the politics stuff that was going on, because I found that interesting.
I think
people find that really boring. I find that kind of.
I think how the prequels were just a bunch of fucking politics. I do think that's interesting.
It's it's much more interesting than actual world politics. That's just boring and cringe.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Please, don't make me vomit.
We're much better. So, with that, we got this. Ash, I heard. I mean, unless we accidentally went over it real quick, that you've been getting game collection has been expanding.
Yes, I have a real problem.
Your addiction.
I'm 2 games away from 1,100.
1,100 games? What games did you just get?
No. 2 games away. Like I'm at 1,098.
Okay, you're at 1,098.
Yes.
What games did you just recently get to get you to 1,000?
Wii U games.
Excuse me. Wii U games?
Cause I'm going after base.
Dude, people crap on the Wii U.
No, Wii U is fucking awesome. I'm sorry.
The Wii U is so... You can clearly... If you play on the Wii U or have a Wii U and you're playing on it, it's basically just the Wii, but slightly better. And that's why it never took off. It was only slightly better than the actual Wii, that no one in their right mind that was like, oh, should I get it?
And it was $300.
Yeah, exactly.
The only problem with the Wii U was the third-party offerings.
Yeah.
I think first party was there. Like a ton of Zelda games, ton of Mario support. Like it was there.
I'm actually upset they haven't like re-released the Wii U or like come up
or like redone it.
Yeah, because like as much as I love the idea of the Switch being portable and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
you lose a lot of like power by being a portable
You do.
console. As compared with the Wii U or like a standstill console, it stays there all the time. And it has the power to do what you want to do. I've heard a lot. This is part of the reason I've been. Remember, if you watch the old podcast, the old podcast, 10 episodes ago.
The old episodes. If you're a Thursday 45 veteran,
you would know I've been having this great debate about getting the Switch or not. And one of the reasons I decided not to, or at least I'll wait, is because like I want to get it, but I want it to last till they like a while, at least a decent bit. And to do that, I think I might have to wait to the Switch 2 or the Pro or whatever they decide to call it. But
you know what I think? I think they're gonna make a TV only Switch.
A TV only Switch?
That wouldn't be a Switch anymore. But at that point, they made a portable only Switch.
If they have a Switch, right? They should make the Switch whatever, but it wouldn't make sense to be called the Switch in the first place if it was just staying still. It's just a console. It's not a Switch. It's not a mobile movable device. It's like a Wii. It's like a Wii U.
But they did the same thing. But then they made a portable only Switch. So at that point, it's not a Switch anymore. It's just a fucking 3DS.
If you really think about it, the Switch isn't a portable console or whatever. It's really just a portable Wii U. Because if you have a Wii U, I'm assuming you do.
I have my original one.
You spend most of your time on the big gamepad, despite having the screen. Even if you're playing, you end up on the big gamepad, and because of that, you're basically just playing a Switch that's linked up to a console. And now imagine something like that again. And like people might crap on it, but I think it would be a cool. I think it's a good idea.
I think the Wii U
would be even better if they did a Wii U, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a physical console, and you also buy like a Switch, basically, and the Switch links to the Wii U. Now, this probably costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, this sounds like
but it sounds really cool.
It sounds like a $600 console.
In theory, this sounds really cool.
Basically, it does.
What you would have is you would have a Switch that you can take anywhere you want, but then you can link it to your home Switch, or like dock it a bit.
Yeah.
the combined power of both a physical console that's left there and whatnot, and they can link, would give you like really good gaming experience if you were just leave it at home instead of just like all over the place. But you can also have the portability of it, so you have the best of both worlds.
I think we
be
just
very
need a
expensive.
Switch Pro.
You need a
Like
Switch
I
Pro.
think we need the OLED, like the Switch OLED for handheld, but we need a
Switch OLED.
4K dock.
You need. I think you need that, and I think you need like HDMI 2.1 support.
Yeah, we need
and
like
the higher USB.
you know the only thing we added
and
to
then you would want better, because they're using, when the Switch came out, what, 5-6 years ago. That's how long it is. That's part of the reason I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, this console can't keep, as much as it's, they play mostly Nintendo games, but this console can't stay that much longer. It doesn't have. It was dated when it came out. So like when it came out, like it was old stuff used from like 2014. So like you're basically running 10+ year handheld console, and the only update has been the OLED Switch, where they got a nice fancy screen, which does look very.
Hey, don't forget the Ethernet port on the dock. That's
that
very important.
And it doesn't have the big black outline on the thing, so the screen is actually kind of wider, but really it's the same thing. If you do the OLED screen and whatnot, and then you add just better hardware, I think you can get what I'm talking about. You can just dock it, and it'll be good enough to do almost anything. And that's part of the reason I've been waiting. And I think I gotta just keep kicking the can, as much as I would love to. And they'll probably have backwards compatibility with the Switch, the original Switch, or the Switch, if it's the Switch Pro or the Switch 2. They'll probably have backwards compatibility, so I can just go and get those older Twitch games, maybe even cheaper, or Switch games.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Cheaper, and pull them up. That's been my thought process. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, my thing is, back on the Wii U, it was such a miss. Like it's
a missed opportunity.
It really is.
Shame. It's a real shame it flopped. Like, it was such a flop.
Because there were like good games on the Wii U.
Good games.
I mean, Mario 3D World made its debut on the Wii U. I mean, it got ported to the Switch. Who gives a shit? Like, Zelda Wind Waker HD was on there. You see Wind Waker up there?
I think I could theoretically, because I want to get Breath of the Wild. I think the last game they made for the Wii U.
The last published game was Breath of the Wild.
I think I could theoretically go and track down a Breath of the Wild copy for the Wii U.
I own it. It's not that much of a difference.
From the Switch version?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's how I originally played Breath of the Wild. Because when I...
Oh, on the Wii U?
When I didn't have the Switch when Breath of the Wild came out. Because it was a launch title for the Switch. And I wanted to...
Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. That's the only one I've ever played. So.
I thought it was okay compared to other titles. I mean,
except I hate Super Smash Bros. Because
there is no other reason to go if you have a Switch, which obviously you don't. But there is no reason to go back to the Wii U if you have Ultimate. There really isn't.
Oh yeah,
but if you don't have a Switch, then yeah, go for it.
Well, I only play it when other people want to play it because I suck at Smash.
Bro, I've got a double of Super Smash Brothers on Wii U. You can fucking have it.
No. I mean, I'm not good at it.
I have so many doubles.
I play Kirby. You know why I play Kirby?
Why do you play Kirby?
Because when I fall over the sides, I could just bloop, 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 back up. Because if I'm anyone else, or like a character who can't like fly or something, I just fall and die to my death. I don't actually know how to play. I just kind of spam buttons, and then I find out the controls by spamming the buttons, and then I try to like repeat the buttons. So like, but I forget all the time because I play like once every like 6 months.
My goal now. This is getting a little off topic. I mean, I don't play Kirby. I play Cloud in Smash Ultimate. But anyways, I have a couple collecting goals. I've got 3. Each one is more unrealistic than the last. So I want a complete North American Wii U library. There's about 193 games in the library. I own 45.
A big gap.
I don't own a lot. I want a complete GameCube North American library.
Oh, that might cost a bit.
I own 127
out of
596. And the last of my collecting goals is, like I said, each one's more unrealistic than the last. I want every single limited edition Pokemon console. Like every single one, all the consoles.
Jeez.
I own two out of like 45, and most of them are
expensive as hell.
700 plus. Especially for some of the Game Boys. Some of the Game Boy Advance, because some of them were.
How much do Game Boys go for today? Say I go onto eBay, everyone's favorite website.
Some of the limited edition Pokemon Game Boy, especially the Advanced SPs, like, cause some of them were exclusive to Pokemon Center to Pokemon Centers in Japan, and Pokemon Center in New York, which is now Nintendo New York. But like, some of them, holy balls, I will never come close to affording them.
Oh, they're not that bad.
I just bought I just bought a Game Boy on eBay. It's modded.
GameCube, I got one.
GameCubes are expensive.
That's like $100 some bucks.
Yeah, GameCubes have gone up immeasurably, especially the
that's
games.
Because there's only so many of them.
Well, no, the games, like, they're exploding in price. Some of my GameCube games are worth 200 plus.
What is this? One chip controller?
What? What is it? Wait.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? One chip controller?
Yeah, it's one controller, AC, AD.
I don't know I know what a one chip SNES is. I don't know what a one chip controller is.
This has a oh man, I'm forgetting the name. What are the three colors things called? ROC? No.
RCA?
RCA. It has the RCA to an HDMI port.
Are you looking at component cables for a GameCube?
No, it's bundled with it.
Oh, you're just looking at GameCubes.
Yeah.
I have 3 GameCubes.
You have 3 GameCubes? Oh,
yeah, I don't need that many.
Don't need that many?
I want all the colors for the GameCubes. I have 2 out of the 3 that released in North America. There was a 4th that only released in Japan.
Oh.
But I want all the colors. I do.
Is it the yellow one?
There was a black one, a platinum one, or just silver, and an indigo one released in North America. Oh, and then there was a spice orange that only released in Japan.
This one has this Nintendo GameCube console with choice OEM controller, used Japanese only.
Is that, what color is it?
Purple. Well, you can get.
Oh, so
purple,
it's
white, orange or black.
You got to be careful.
See, I don't see.
The GameCube's region locked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So if you get a Japanese GameCube, you can only play Japanese games.
That sucks. There's no way to bypass it.
There is. You can get like a little. You can either solder a chip in that bypasses it, and mod it that way, or I think there's it's like an action like a little cheat code disc that lets you load Japanese games.
Here's a US one.
They're expensive.
I want a purple one. I feel like the purple.
That's the only one I'm missing, and it's pissing me off.
Why? That's the one I remember playing when
I
was a kid.
No. I'm mad.
Is it that hard to get a purple one?
No, and that's what pisses me off. It's not difficult.
Oh, here's one.
No.
Used.
You know,
I go violet.
back on Pokemon. There's 2 Pokemon games on the GameCube, spin-off games.
Do they actually work? That's part of my fear.
What are you talking about? Are you still looking at you're trying to buy a GameCube during the podcast? Man shopping for GameCubes on podcast. Well, I think I just found the title of this episode. Man shops for GameCube.
Man preoccupied with trying to find GameCube.
Majestic tries to buy GameCube during episode.
Majestic is complete. This is Japan.
Man, I've got 2 silvers. I'll sell you the other silver one.
Oh, maybe how much?
I don't know. It's a double for me. It's a double for me. I don't care about it.
Oh, the only problem with getting a GameCube, as much as I would like to get one, I mean, I don't know what games it can. Really
You're gonna need a CRT, or you can
That's the
get
problem.
the
I don't have a
Eon GCHD Mark II, which is a little HDMI adapter. Plugs into both of the AV ports.
You have a CRT.
I do, but I also have the Eon little HDMI adapter. That's not cheap anymore. That's
Yeah, I know those aren't cheap. I know to get the full gaming experience. I've heard that basically
you got to get a CRT.
You gotta get a CRT.
I have no room for a CRT anymore.
I wish my parents didn't get rid of our CRT. I think we had one that worked, which stinks.
I have two. They're not nice ones. They're just like cheap generic ones. Well, they're not generic, but the thing is, you always, with retro games, and this will be the last thing we say because we're at the 45-minute mark, but
holy wow.
Yeah, we really lost track of time there anyway.
We didn't
You
even get
always
to some more topics
we
again.
always want the Sony Trinitron.
Is that what it's
That
called?
is the holy grail of CRTs for retro gaming. Because they came in such large sizes, and they were one of some of the last few CRTs, which means they're the best quality.
Oh, I see.
You always want to get Trinitrons. Well, Majestic, this has been wonderful. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Oh, it's your podcast now. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. Peace.
See you guys.